Good morning, everyone. This is the sum we are going to do today. The following are the ledger balances extracted from the books of National Bank Limited as on 31st March 2015. 31st March 2015. Particulars debit rupees and particulars credit rupees. Now what is given? 1 minute. Investment in government of India bonds. So this is investment, as we can see. Now in the debit side of the trial balance, it may be asset or expenses. So we have to identify whether it is a asset or it is a expense. Now we have gold bullion. Gold bullion is also a investment. Then we have silver. It is also considered as an investment. Then we have furniture. Furniture is fixed asset. Then we have money at call and short notice. This is the money which is kept with other banks for a limited period of time. For example, say 1 week to 15 days period is known as money at call and short notice. So the asset side of the bank is for based giving liquidity preference. Matlab, the assets which are most liquid are shown first and less liquid are shown in the last. So money at call and short notice will come is schedule number 7. Then we have cash in hand and with Reserve Bank of India. This is the most liquid asset. So this is the first schedule in the asset side. There are 5 schedule in the liability side and 6 schedule in the asset side. This cash in hand is the sixth, that is the first schedule in the asset side and the sixth schedule in the balance sheet. Sixth schedule cash in hand and with RBI, Reserve Bank of India, and money at call and short notice is the seventh schedule. Balances with other bank and money at call and short notice are shown together. So balances with other bank plus money at call and short notice are shown together, seventh schedule. Then we have other investments will be shown in the eighth schedule. Other investment along with the investments given, investment in government of India bonds, gold bullion, silver and other investment. Then we have interest due on investment, means outstanding interest on investment. This is outstanding income. Outstanding expenses come in other liability and outstanding income come in other assets. This is outstanding income, that is interest due on investment. Only as it is in the trial balance, only one effect will come, and that effect will be only in the asset side. Outstanding income on investment, this comes in other assets. Outstanding expenses comes in other liability and outstanding income comes in other assets. Then we have loans. Loans, bill discounted is a very important asset in the banking final account. It is referred as advances because the important function of the bank is accept deposit and lend loans. So loans given is a asset because we will get interest in the loans given. Bank, we have to think from the point of view of the bank, we will be getting interest in the future on the loans given. So This comes in schedule number 9, advances. Bills discounted is also one of the important function of the bank, because whenever anyone is in urgent need of money, and if he has a bill of exchange signed in his favor that he will receive the money in the future, but he wants the money today, he can place that bills of exchange in front of the bank, and bank will provide him with the money of the bill, but will collect some discount charges. So bills discounted is again advances, loans, overdraft facility, cash credit facility, bills discounted, everything comes in the advances schedule number 9. After investment, then we have interest. Only interest is given, and I told you in the debit side of the uh, trial balance, it may be asset or it may be expense. Now this is not a asset, interest. Now then, if not an asset, then it has to be a expense. So this is expense, interest expended. This is interest paid or interest expended. Then we have director fees, because the expense side, the expenses in the bank are classified into two. The expenses of the bank are classified into two schedules. One, interest expended, second, operating expense. After interest, all the other expenses come under operating expenses. So director fee, postage, see here, director fee and postage both are expense. Loss on sale of investment is always adjusted against profit on sale of investment. Under other incomes, we adjust loss against the profit, against the income. Loss on sale of asset, loss on sale of investment, loss on revaluation of asset, loss on foreign exchange transaction. Everything is adjusted against the profits, against the income. So this will come under other income in the bracket, because it's a negative item, it's loss. Then we have branch adjustment, because this is in the debit side, this will come under other assets. Branch adjustment means what? Now banks may have more than one branches. So there may be a transaction between two branches of the bank. So that transaction may be either to receive money from the other branch, or maybe to pay money to the other branch. If it's in the asset side, means this bank has to receive money from other branch. If branch adjustment is in the liability side, it refers to that the following bank has to pay money to the other branch. So this branch adjustment is in the debit side, means this will come in the asset. This is the money receivable from other branch in the future. Then we have audit fees. It's a expense, and expense we have only of two types: interest expended and operating expense. So this will come in the operating expense. Salary, operating expense. Rent, rate and taxes, operating expense. Then we have building. Building is a fixed asset. Now let us come to the credit side. Share capital. Share capital will come in the capital schedule. Then we have current asset, current account. We have current account. Current account is a way to accept deposits. This is a medium by which the banks accept deposits. So current account is comes under the schedule of deposit. Now once again, the credit side of the trial balance will be liability or income. Liability or income. You all are MCOM students, so I assume that trial balance का डेबिट साइड में क्या आता है और ट्रायल बैलेंस के क्रेडिट साइड में क्या आता है, you are aware because you are MCOM account students. accountancy students. You have taken MCOM in accountancy. I assume being this is because you have a liking for accounts. And if you have a liking for accounts, I assume your basic is strong on accounts, about accounts. So the credit side of trial balance consists of liabilities and income. So, share capital is a liability, no doubt, and current account in banking final accounts. Current account is a medium through which the banks accept deposits. So, current account will come under deposits. Employee security deposit, the name itself says this is deposit. Then we have borrowings from bank. So bank can borrow from RBI, from other banks, and from any financial institutions. So borrowing from bank will come under the schedule 4 borrowings. Now liability side has 5 schedules. First one is capital, second one is reserve and surplus, third one is deposit, fourth one is borrowing, and the last one is other liabilities and provisions. Fixed deposit, this will come under deposit. Reserve fund, this will come under reserves and surplus. Now, after reserve fund, we have P&L account. So, profit and loss account is what? Profit and loss account is the balance, last year balance of profit and loss account. This comes under the format of profit and loss account, in which we also write last year's profit and loss account balance. Then we have interest. This should be which interest? Interest paid or interest received, interest earned. Which interest should this be? Because this is in the credit side of the trial balance, and credit side of the trial balance consists of liabilities and income. So this interest is the interest earned. Then we have sundry income will come under other income. Income side of the P&L account again has only 2 schedules: interest earned and other income. So sundry income will come under other income. In the interest earned, we have all the interest received from from overdraft facility, from loans, from cash credit, from income, also discount earned. इंटरेस्ट अर्नड का जो शेड्यूल है उसमें इंटरेस्ट अर्नड भी आता है, डिस्काउंट कलेक्टेड भी आता है, इनकम फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टमेंट्स ऑल्सो कम वी हैव एंड उसके अलावा कोई भी दूसरा इनकम रहेगा तो इट विल कम अंडर अदर इनकम. So sundry income will come under other income. Commission and brokerage is also income, because when bank acts as an agent, it will get commission and it will also get brokerage. So this is what? This is a source of other income to the bank. Then we have rent. 1 minute. Then we have rent. Rent is also income, because this is in the rent. Normally is rent paid, but because it is in the credit side of the trial balance, it should be rent received. It should be rent received. And we have saving account. Saving account is a deposit, is a type of deposit, so it will come under deposit. And then we have depreciation reserve. Under depreciation reserve, we have last year's reserve, we have furniture and we have building. So both of this will come in the fixed asset. We can write in the fixed asset, and we will minus the accumulated depreciation. Depreciation reserve means what? Depreciation calculated till 31st March 2014, that is till last year, because the date of the balance sheet is, which balance sheet we are going to prepare is 31st March 2015. So this is 31st March 2014, means this is the uh, depreciation accumulated, calculated till last year, till last year. Now further information, what is there? We have transferred to statutory reserve 25% of current year's net profit. So 25% of current year, whether it is given or not given, we have to transfer 25% of the current year's profit on or in statutory reserve. 25% of the current year profit has to be transferred to the statutory reserve, told or not told. Then we have rebate on bills discounted to be provided is rupees 50,000. Now, what do you mean by rebate? Rebate means next year's income received in advance. This is prepaid. So, what happens whenever we get discount the bill, we provide the money to the person who has provided us the bill, and in exchange of the bill we provide the money, we honor the bill. That means we give the holder of the bill the amount, some deducting some amount mentioned in the bill. For example, if the bill is of 10,000, we may give 8,000 to the holder of the bill. 2,000 collected is the discount. Now, this discount is the waiting charge for the period mentioned in the bill. That is, if the bill is for 5 months, this 2,000 is the amount collected as waiting charges, as sacrifice made by the bank to wait for 5 months so that the bill will get honored, so that the bill amount will get honored. But this 2,000 belongs to the 5 month period. This 2,000 belongs to the 5 month period, and suppose in between there is year end. Suppose in between there is a year end. So this 2,000 belongs to 5 years, and there is a year end in the third period, third month. So 2 months belong to the next year, एंड 3 months दैट इज 2000 हमने कलेक्ट किया डिस्काउंट बोल के, और थर्ड ईयर में ईयर एंड हो जाते हैं, और बाकी 2 महीना जो 5 months में 2 महीना है, दैट बिलोंग्स टू द नेक्स्ट ईयर. सो दिस 2000 का what discount we have received is for 5 months, that is monthly 2000 डिवाइड बाई 5 करो. एक मंथ का डिस्काउंट का अमाउंट है 400. 2000 डिवाइड बाई 5, and after 3 months, that is there is a year end, that is 2 months belong to the next year, that is 400 into 2, 800 is the rebate on bill discounted. This I have talked about one bill, but bank will be having thousands of bills whose year end, whose some of the months fall to the next year. So in this national bank, rebate on bill discount, that is 50,000. That is 50,000 belongs to the next year. 50,000 belongs to the next year. So what we will do, we will show this bill rebate, we will show this rebate in other liabilities. We will show this rebate in other liabilities, and from the discount what we have what is there in the credit side of the trial balance. This discount includes 50,000, which is the prepaid income, which is the income which belongs to the next year. And the rules of the final account is very clear. कुछ भी नेक्स्ट ईयर का नहीं चाहिए, कुछ भी लास्ट ईयर का नहीं चाहिए. All the income and expenses should belong to the current year. Nothing of next year should be there, or nothing of previous year should be there. This is the basics of final account. So let it be banking final account, cooperative societies final account, companies final account, insurance final account, any final account, the basics of preparation of final account remains the same. Only the presentation is different. Otherwise, the format, the basics remains the same. Only the format of presentation is different. Next is depreciation for the year. So building में 60,000 is the depreciation current year, and furniture 15,000 is the depreciation current year. Then we have the authorized capital given in the question. The authorized capital is 50,000 shares of rupees 100 each, of which 25,000 shares were issued. So see here, 50,000 is the authorized capital and 25,000 is the issued capital. But the subscribed capital, this is fully paid. There is no call scenario. It's only 19,000, 19 lakh 10,000, 19 lakh 10,000. So here what we will do next, last point is the statutory liabilities, constituent liabilities for acceptance and endorsement is 5,75,000, and bills for collection is rupees 4,45,000. Now acceptance and endorsement, bank is acting as a acceptor and endorser. If the third party does not honor the amount, bank will be charged for the amount. So this is a contingent liability. So contingent liability will come in the schedule number 12. This has no effect in the balance sheet, and it is shown separately in the contingent liability schedule, schedule number 12, and bills for collection is shown separately after contingent liability. So this is the format. We have to calculate profit and loss account for 31st March 2015, and we have to prepare balance sheet as on 31st March 2015. Now let us go to the schedule number 1. Let us go to the schedule number 1. Schedule 1 is equal to capital. Schedule 1 is equal to capital. Under capital, what is given? Authorized capital is given. Authorized capital is how much? Authorized capital, it is given in the question, 50,000 shares of rupees 100 each. How do I know that this is given? We just have read that authorized capital is 50,000 shares of rupees 100 each. 50,000 into 100 will come to how much? 50 lakhs, na? 50,000 into 100 is 50 lakhs. But in the banking final account, what we do, we omit 3 zeros. So this will be the authorized capital. So this should not be calculated for the total. Then we have issued capital is how much they told. 25,000 shares of rupees 100 each. Now this becomes to 25 lakhs. So 25 lakhs means 30 omit 2,500. But this also I have highlighted because issued and subscribed paid up capital is not the same. Subscribed capital, subscribed ca- and subscribed and paid up capital is different, because we have seen in the question just now, subscribed capital is 19 lakh 10,000. That means 19 lakh 10,000 divided by 100. It is 19,000. To get the numbers, it is 19,000. It is 19,100 shares of rupees 100 each, which comes to 19 lakh 10,000. But because our three zeros has to be omitted, we will show this as, after omitting the three zeros, we will show it as 1910. So 1910, only this will come under the total. So we got the total of the first schedule. We can write here capital is 1910. So capital is 1910, reserves and surplus is the next schedule. So what we will do, so here we have to bring the pointer here and press the tab. Schedule 2, next schedule is reserves and surplus. Let us go to the question and see what reserves and surplus is there. And one more thing, reserves and surplus means liability. Liability we have to check here: share capital, current account, employee security, borrowing, reserve fund is there. See, reserve fund and profit and loss account. Two reserves are there: reserve fund and profit and loss account. Rest nothing is there which will come under the reserves and surplus. So we have reserve fund. Reserve fund. What is the amount of reserve fund? Let us see. 14 lakh 10,000 if I am not wrong. 14 lakh 10,000 means 30. If we omit, it will be 1410. 30 if we omit, it will be 1410. In this we will add, that is statutory transfer. Statutory transfer, which we will get after preparing the, what you say, after preparing the P&L account. Next is balance in profit and loss account. This also you get at the end of profit and loss account. So this we cannot complete, so I cannot give the total now. I will go to the next schedule, that is schedule 3. Schedule 3 is what? After reserves and surplus, the next schedule in the balance sheet is deposits. Deposit may we have current account, we have we have discussed this. We have fixed deposit, we have saving deposits, saving deposit, we have employee security deposit, employee security deposit. We have seen this in the question. All these are there. Now the time to put the answers. Go to the question. Current account is 980 because 30 has to be omitted. Employee security is 94.2. So 980, 94.2. So I will write here 980. 1 minute. I'll copy it down. 980, 980, and then we have 94, not this. We have 94.2, that is 94,200. Then how much is saving account and fixed deposit? Fixed deposit is 2,50,500, means 250.5, and saving is 170, 1,70,000, 30 omitted, so 250.5 and 170, 250.5 and 170. So I will write 250.5 and 170. When we add all of this, we get the total. So how much is the total? Just add all of this. Add all of this: 170, 94, 25, for 980, 250.5, 170, and 94.2. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 1494.7. 1494.7. So we will write here deposit is 1494.7. 1494.7. This is the deposits. Now next, we have the next schedule called borrowings. Our next schedule is schedule number 4. Schedule 4. Schedule 4 is borrowings. Schedule 4 is borrowings. Borrowings is what? Borrowings. Let us see what is the borrowings. Borrowings, let us go to the question. Borrowings, which borrowings we have? Borrowings, only one borrowings we have. Borrowings from bank, that is 7,92,300. 792.3, because we have to omit 3 zeros, it becomes 792.3. So borrowings from bank is 792.3. So we will write in the borrowings. We will write in the borrowings here. Borrowings is borrowings from bank. So we will write borrowings from bank. Borrowing from bank is 792.3, 7,92,300. So the total is 792.3. We will write in the borrowing 792.3. We will write in the borrowings 792.3. Now the last schedule which we have is other liabilities and provisions. So we will write schedule number 5. Schedule 5 is other liabilities, other liabilities and provision. So other liabilities, you remember I told you that adjustment number 2, rebate. I told you rebate is income received in advance. 5 months ka discount was 2,000, but after 3 months there is a year end. So 2 months fall in the next year. I told you while preparing final accounts, nothing of next year and nothing of previous year, whichever income expense belongs to the previous year will not come. Whichever income expense belong to the next year will not come. Now as we have received the income in advance, next year we will not receive this income. So this is income received in advance, that is This will come in the liabilities. Where it will come, rebate will come under other liabilities. So under other liabilities, we will write rebate on bill discounted. Rebate on bill discounted. It is 50,000. So 50,000, we omitted 30. We will get 50 only. And in this question, provision for tax also is not given. So only one other liability is there, that is 50,000. We saw in the question, we discussed the question already. We have not seen any other liabilities. So what we will do, in the other liabilities, we will write 50. But we cannot take the total now because reserve and surplus is pending. Now what we will do, we will go to the asset, and our next schedule, schedule number 6 after 5. The next schedule is schedule number 6. So schedule number 6 is cash and balances with RBI. Balances with RBI. So when we see the question, cash and balances with RBI, we have come to the asset side. So we have to check in the debit side. We have to check in the debit side because debit side consists of asset. So in the debit side, investment, no. This all are investment. This is fixed asset. This is money at call and short notice. We have cash in hand and with Reserve Bank of India 7,60,000, from which when we omit 3 zeros, we get 760. So cash in hand and with RBI 760. We can directly write 760 here because it is there. Everything is given, both is given together, cash in hand and balance with RBI. So cash in hand and balance with RBI is 760. We can just make the total 760 and write down 760. Schedule number 6 is 760. Now schedule number 7, two things are there. One is balance with banks and money at call and short notice. Here in the sixth one, it was cash in hand and balance with RBI. But in the question, both have been merged and given together. So we have written together. If it is given separately, we have to write cash in hand is this much, balance with RBI is this much, total, and write here. But in the question for this, already total has been given. Now next one, that is schedule number 7. Schedule 7 is balances in banks and money at call and short notice. Money at call and short notice. So we will go to the question. And see, do we have, yes, we have money at call and short notice 270, and we have balances with other bank 4,73,500, means 473.5. So money at call and short notice is 270 and balance with other bank is 473.5. So we will write down both balances with bank